Today, I will be taking the best remaining unrestricted free agents and putting them all on one team to see how they would perform. And I say the best UFAs remaining, I mean in terms of their overall on NHL 23. Still some gems out there in the unrestricted free agent market. Obviously, Patrice Bergeron is either retiring or signing with Boston. There's no other option. But we got Bergeron, Tarasenko, and Patrick Kane on the first line. A very solid first line. Second line, Phil Kessel, Jonathan Toews, and Thomas Tatar, which is also pretty good. And then it starts to dip a little bit. Josh Bailey, Danton Heinen, and Kasha on the third line. While we have Donskoy, Comtois, and Puljujarvi on the fourth line. And on the defensive side, we have Jake Gardiner and Matt Dumba as our first line pairing, Ethan Bear and Caleb Jones on our second line, with Nick Holden and Patrick Nemeth on our third line. Patrick Nemeth being the only player below 80 overall on our team. You might have noticed on offense, I didn't mention it, but Maxime Comtois, not actually a center. We do not have 4 centers on this team. That is a mistake on my end, but we're just gonna roll with it. And for goalies, you probably already predicted it. We have Martin Jones and Yaroslav Halak. We also have Jonathan Bernier on the bench just in case Halak retires too early, because I feel like that's going to happen. Now, this is one of the times where I'm actually not expecting to win a Stanley Cup. Usually when I make a team build, the goal is to win a Stanley Cup, and I'm actually expecting it to happen. This time I am not. So if it does happen, I'm going to be very excited. Year number 1, we're sneaking into the final playoff spot with a 40-37-5 record, earning 85 points. And we finished 21st in the league and made the playoffs. That is an interesting statistic. Unsurprisingly, Patrick Kane is our carry, 89 points to lead the team while also leading the team in goals with 33, though Bergeron and Tarasenko were only 1 goal behind him. Considering what we have for goalies, not a bad performance, honestly. 31 wins for Martin Jones in 63 games played, 2 shutouts, a 900 save percentage, and a 3.33 goals against average. With Halak winning 9 out of 23 games played, so not exactly great there, but a 901 save percentage and a 3.25 goals against average. He had better stats than Jones. It would be Vasilevsky leading the league in wins with 44, while Draisaitl was on top of the league in points with 127, 10 more than second place, who was Connor McDavid. And I mean, Patrick Kane on the Rangers did amazing. Where's that performance from ours? While Austin Matthews would score 67 goals to lead the league, yeah, Patrick Kane was second in the league for goals with 59. On the bright side, we did make the playoffs. Like I said earlier, we're in the Western Conference. We're starting off against the Nashville Predators. Not only are we in the playoffs, we're actually winning a round. We're already doing better than I expected, I'm not gonna lie. We beat Nashville in 5 games. We won game 3 8-7. We move on to the second round to face Colorado. That could be an issue. This team is buzzing. We're 1 win away from moving on to the next round. It's going to game 7. I almost don't want to do the fancy sim because we're kind of moving outside of it, but I am gonna do it. I feel like it's a different engine when you come in here. That's not true at all, but it feels that way. First period 3-1 Colorado, second period 4-1 Colorado, and third period 6-1 Colorado. We are eliminated.
You suck.
Kind of felt like it was going to be our best year. Sadly, we were 1 game off of going to the conference finals. I really hope Bergeron doesn't retire after 1 year. Either way, he led our team in points with 13 in the playoffs, while Patrick Kane led our team in goals with 8. It wasn't up to the task. 892 save percentage, 3.69 goals against average. We definitely need better from him if there is a next time in the playoffs. I just realized I didn't even show who won. The Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Calgary Flames in 7 games in the finals to lift the Stanley Cup. Sidney Crosby played unreal in the playoffs, 44 points to lead the league, while Malkin was in second with 32, and Crosby led the league in goals with 16. Leon Draisaitl would win regular season MVP, while Victor Hedman is your James Norris Trophy winner. The Conn Smythe goes to Crosby. They made the right decision. He had great stats. Sorokin won the Vezina, and Georgiev won the William M. Jennings Trophy. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm very slow, and I didn't even think about the fact that this meant after I simmed 1 season, every single person on my team would be a UFA. Apparently Ethan Bear is an RFA, so that's on me. And so is Caleb Jones, and so is Puljujarvi. I tried my best, okay? Well, Patrick Kane would lead our team in points in year number 2 with 86, while also leading our team in goals with 31. But sadly, we would not have a good year. A 33, 39, and 10 record, earning 76 points for 26th in the entire league. We are not making the playoffs. I see the issue. I forgot to put Yaroslav Halak as the backup goalie, and then it made Jonathan Bernier our starter. To be fair, he basically had the same stats that Martin Jones had last year, except way less wins. 20 wins in 52 games played, 4 shutouts, a 900 save percentage, and a 3.27 goals against average, while Martin Jones, 13 wins in 35 games played, 4 shutouts, 900 save percentage, and a 3.28 goals against average. So he's actually 1% worse. While Bobrovsky would lead the entire league in wins with 48. It would be Marchand leading the league in points with 131, while Austin Matthews would once again lead the league in goals with 62. And you were probably wondering, we did actually re-sign every single player, which is actually pretty hype. Donskoy was the only player to reject my first offer, so since he did that, after accepting my second, I put him on fourth line center. It's what he deserves, I think. The Carolina Hurricanes are your Stanley Cup champions after beating Dallas in 7 games in the finals. To say I'm shocked right now would be an understatement. Brent Burns leads the entire league in playoff points with 26, while it would be Jason Robertson leading goals with 15. Artemi Panarin would be regular season MVP. I don't even remember seeing his name up there for points or goals. James Norris goes to Adam Fox. There it is. It's a Connor Bedard Rookie of the Year award. I haven't seen that in the sim in a hot minute. He would be drafted by the Seattle Kraken. And a Brent Burns Conn Smythe Trophy win. He is the playoff MVP. Ilya Samsonov wins the Vezina Trophy for Toronto. I wish that would happen. And he also grabs the William M. Jennings Trophy. And finishing 22nd in the entire league, the Oklahoma Outlaws are back in the playoffs with a 38-38-6 record, earning 82 points. I feel like it's a crime that we're actually in the playoffs, but we'll take it. Because everyone's on this team's plus minus negative. It almost is. There's only 2 people positive. Patrick Nemeth at plus 13 and Holden at plus 2. Bergeron actually led our team in points this year with 79. Patrick Kane wasn't so hot on the point department, but on the goals department, it was his best season yet, hitting 40, obviously leading the team. Even though Halak played terribly, he was in the backup position this time, and he must be a good luck charm because we made the playoffs. He only had an 881 save percentage, a 4.23 goals against average, 7 wins in 24 games played. That is hurting. Hey, but he did get a shutout. While Martin Jones certainly isn't winning the Vezina, he didn't do terribly. 31 wins in 65 games played, 1 shutout, a 904 save percentage, and a 3.35 goals against average. Tristan Jarry would lead the league in wins with 45, while Sidney Crosby, Brad Marchand, and Artemi Panarin would all tie to lead the league in points with 108. And then McKinnon, Matthews, and Hintz were 1 point behind with 107. And it would be Mika Zibanejad leading the way in goals with 56. It is time for revenge in round number 1 of the playoffs. We're against Colorado. They beat us in 7 last time we were here. It's not looking good. We're 1 loss away from being eliminated. I'm not trusting the fancy sim. And it's going to game 7 after a 2-1 win. I think I'm just gonna keep simming like this. It seems to give us the best results. Come on. No, a 6-0 loss. At that point, I might as well have just done the fancy sim. And the New York Rangers would sweep the Dallas Stars in the finals to lift the Stanley Cup. I feel so bad for Martin Jones. Look at those stats and remember he also had a game where he let in 6 goals. And it would be Hintz with a 34-point performance to lead the playoffs, while it would be Jason Robertson once again leading the playoffs in goals with 15. This is the second time he's done this with the exact same number. Jason Robertson is your regular season MVP. Adam Fox wins back-to-back James Norris trophies. Mika Zibanejad would win the Conn Smythe Trophy, deservingly so. Vanacek is your Vezina Trophy winner and your William M. Jennings Trophy winner. I think it might be time to put this team down. A 32-47-3 record earns us 67 points, tying us for 30th in the entire league. Patrick Kane leading our team in points with 86, while Vladimir Tarasenko would lead our team in goals with 35. And sadly, Halak would retire, which means his good luck charm is gone, and a 24-win performance for Bernier as our starter. 65 games played, 1 shutout, an 894 save percentage, and a 3.64 goals against average. And Martin Jones, I want to say you should have started, but not when you have 8 wins and 25 games played, 1 shutout, an 883 save percentage, and a 4.08 goals against average. Logan Thompson, now in the Seattle Kraken, would lead the way in wins with 45. And Matthews, who is casually on the San Jose Sharks now, would lead the league in points with 113. This Connor Bedard guy was pretty close with 112. And Matthews would also lead the entire league in goals with 61. And the Rangers would continue their dominance as they'd win back-to-back Stanley Cups after beating Edmonton in the finals in 5 games. With Zibanejad and Panarin both having 32 points to lead the entire league in the playoffs, it would be Zibanejad with 17 goals to lead the way. Shout out to Connor Bedard, though. He tried his best. 11 goals in 13 games. That's very, very, very good. Nathan McKinnon is your regular season MVP for some reason. He just had to stick his head in here at least one time this sim. He was pretty quiet today, I won't lie. While Quinn Hughes would win the James Norris Trophy, Mika Zibanejad would grab back-to-back Conn Smythe trophies, while Kochetkov would win the Vezina Trophy and the William M. Jennings Trophy. I'm probably done regardless, but I'm very interested to see who retired on our team. Yeah, we lost Patrick Kane, Phil Kessel, and we had Goligoski. because he replaced one of our defensemen who retired at the end of last season that I forgot to mention. Surprisingly, Patrice Bergeron is still going at over 40 years old. Patrick Kane gave up at 37. Yeah, hate to see it. No Stanley Cup today, which doesn't surprise me. Like I said at the start, I wasn't expecting to win one. I'll take the fact that we won a playoff series and almost two at both our series losses were in game 7. Kind of heartbreaking, but that is going to be it for me today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.